Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode I have the pleasure to show you a cocktail watch. What is a cocktail watch? Well, we will find out in this video. We have another Baltic watch in the studio, and I must say this was a surprise. If you're a subscriber, then you know that I'm a bit of a fan of that brand because they put out well-made, well-designed pieces. But this really was a surprise because it's new for them. And I think even if you have a capable watch brand, capable team, capable designers, you need that spark from time to time to come up with something really, really special beyond your capabilities. And I think this happened here. The Baltic Prismic is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Baltic Prismic, that flows. But question, what is a cocktail watch? What is a cocktail watch? We know that term from famous watches by Seiko, for example, and it's of course not an official genre cocktail watch. That would be a bit odd, right? No, it's a watch for, let's say, finer occasions that is not necessarily a die-hard tool where you can see, all right, it's 6:37 and 20 seconds, something like that. No, it should give you a rough orientation about the time, when it's time to go home, when it's time to forget home, right? And it should deliver the feeling that you have a piece of jewelry on you, even if you are not the guy who wears bracelets and necklace and rings and stuff. This cocktail hour really is designed that you have something precious, visibly precious, or visibly handsome on the wrist. And at the same, this Baltic is not stuck in tradition, right? We know these reissues where a manufacturer grabs a famous design or reinvents a famous design from the past, creates something new but very close to the original, which I often love, to tell you the truth. But Baltic decided we want something fresh, some fresh element. We want this genre, we want some design elements from the 50s and 60s, but at the same time we want a piece of technology. We want to create something really special, and so they opted for two materials, titanium and steel, in one watch, which gives a certain construction, a certain look, and a relatively lightweight watch, which fits the style. I'm not wearing it right now because I had to send it back, shame, but yeah, that's the modus operandi here. But this is enough introduction now. Let's go into the light box, let's check it out in detail. Okay, and here we are with our Baltic Prismic, and as you can see, this is the salmon dial. This color comes in some varieties. Often it's very, very reddish, near to pink. Often it's a bit golden like this one here. So very, very nice tone. But let's go first over the measurements. We have here a case diameter of 36 millimeters, a length lug to lug of 44. The height, including the crystal, is 9.2 millimeters, and the lug width here convenient 20. Then we have a sapphire crystal here with internal coating, so coating on the inside, regular crown, so not screw down, and the entire construction here is waterproof up to 30 meters. And inside we have a very interesting movement. This is the ETA Peugeot. I hope I'm not butchering this name. Peugeot. Sometimes when I read something French, I just power through the phrase and I hope for the best. So ETA Peugeot 7001 manual winding movement with a power reserve of 42 hours and some decorations. More of that later. And this watch here on this metal bracelet, on this, to be precise, on this mesh bracelet, has a price tag of 1,050 euros, and you can buy it also on leather. I will show you the strap, and then it goes for 990 euros. So for everybody outside Europe, you have to deduct your 20% VAT, do the exchange, and then you end up with something like 900, I think, 850 to 900 US dollars. So this is the price here. And now let's zoom in. What of course here is spectacular are all these elements with a reference to the typical cocktail hour watch, so dress watch for finer occasions where you don't count minutes. It's not really important to see if it's 8:15 or 16 minutes after 8, right? And therefore you don't have really legible indices for the single minute here. You have these nice blocks. You have a sort of railroad track at the outer edge, as you can see. You have this wonderful structure, this how to call it, this decoration in the middle of the dial. You have a decoration on the sub-dial where you find the seconds. You have decoration all over the watch, and you really, it's just a pleasure to zoom in. And Baltic wrote me that this is a prototype and they had a bit of an issue with the decoration or the brushing on the hands. The brushing on the hands, they say there is a part missing, and you know what? I cannot find it. It's a bit embarrassing. I cannot find the flaw here, and so I have to assume that the flaw is not drastically bad, but I promised to mention prototype, and so the versions for sale will be perfect. Here you have this mentioned composition of steel and grade 5 titanium, and you might see that the sides of the watch, there you see the titanium, and it goes under the lugs. This is hard to see, but we have clearly visible this construction of two metals here. There's a bit gray in contrast to the high polished lugs here. See, very, very, very nice. There's really something going on. The crown is unmarked, and here you can see now the flat crystal as well. And the entire watch is flat and relatively lightweight, even on this mesh bracelet. I mean, this effect is stronger on the strap, of course. I will show you that in a minute. But even now, you feel that it's a very lightweight watch with very pleasant measurements. And the overall package, I have to state in all objectivity, I just love. I just love. What I don't love is the strap. See this is very elegant and nice, but I personally don't wear mesh bracelets in the winter. I don't know why. I don't know. For me, it's a summer thing, and so they delivered this strap here, for example. And this is just no, guys, no. This is a very simple, basic, super basic strap, and I just refuse to take this in consideration. And now let's dive deeper into the movement. Here you have this ETA Peseux 7001 manual winding, 42 hours power reserve with a bit of decoration. You have the Corde de Genève, blued screws, so very beautiful thing. It's relatively small and it's relatively rare. You don't see this movement so often in watches in this price category, so I'm very happy with that. And I think it fully deserves this exhibition case back. Absolutely an interesting side here. And when you want to pair it with other things, then you can do that, of course. Here you have brown strap. Caseback number 1, brown strap. Wonderful, wonderful contrast. Look at that. This is just a really nice look instead to pair it with the thing here. Or take something a bit more in direction salmon, cognac tone. This is cognac tone. This is the Caseback number 2 strap. Just fine. Just a fine package, isn't it? And here it is on the wrist. 36 millimeter, 17 centimeter wrist. Very flat, very slender, just nice. And of course here you can see now why I and many other people love mesh bracelets so much, because you can just put them on in exactly your size. You can alter every last millimeter here, and so this is super comfortable. But I said I'm very happy with mesh bracelets during the summer, and I don't find them so attractive in the winter time because we're fairly pale and you don't have so much contrast. If you have a dark complexion, I think this would look wonderful also during the winter, but now I'm recording this in January. I don't. Okay, welcome back. The watch is live now on the Baltic homepage. You will find it very easily. There you can order your Prismic. And for all you guys with bigger wrists, maybe you think now, oh, 36 is too small for me to pull it off. Might be, but when this watch is successful, and I'm pretty sure that it will be successful, then I think the chances are high that they will come up with something bigger. So the same watch, but with 39 or 40. It's a bit speculation, but I think the chances are okay for that. Okay, this was the watch, and now a little update, quick update about my own operations here. We have a nice product back in store, casebackwatches.com. There you find now again these racing green book covers for moleskin notebooks. I had a small batch basically because I wanted to work with that color. Sometimes it's that easy that I decide I want to work with this material. But now I've decided to make it a normal and regular part of the stock of casebackwatches.com. And so if you have a nice notebook and you want a really high-end book cover, made by hand in racing green or another color we have in stock, then check out www.casebackwatches.com. And regular stock means when you see it as sold out, which might happen, then it will come back in a couple of days. Alright, then that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.